I need you to focus on one thing, and that is getting out of your head and actually doing something, acting upon your intentions that you think for yourself. Because I think in modern age, people usually get stuck a lot on overthinking shit, and they don't even get to. Oh, sun is getting up. Nice. They don't even get to actually take action on many things that they want to do, because they are just stuck in their head thinking about them all the time and coming up with reasons why they cannot do it. But that's the biggest fallacy about overthinking shit, because your mind is made to be fucking biggest judge. It's supposed to be the thing that kind of forces you back for you not to fucking die. But in today's age, you don't have that big of a chance of dying as you would in, I don't know, like fucking 20,000 years earlier. That is the word. So it's not really applicable for today's age. And you have this like innate aversion against taking too big of a risk for you, because your brain wants to preserve you. It's your basic human instinct to preserve your life. And it has lots of benefits. We are here thanks to that, I think. But I don't think it's really that important in today's age, because then you start seeing death in everything. By that I mean, I don't mean literal death, but kind of like your own personal death. You will start seeing even social interactions with women, for example, if you overthink it too much, like it's your social death or something. But it's not the case. You are not gonna die. And it's okay to fail. Like, you have to just do. You have to do something, like act. Because only through action you can see results, which then you can analyze by your brain and think about another action, or how should you change your direction. And that's really important task for the mind. But you cannot be paralyzed by your brain overthinking shit all the time. That's the recipe for disaster. You will be totally paralyzed and unable to do anything. And I've been in situations like that. So I can tell you it's nothing pleasant. And I think lots of modern problems, lots of modern mental problems comes from this. Because people stopped acting upon their thoughts. And they are stuck only with the thoughts, I think? Yeah. Thoughts themselves. But that's mental torture. Because one thing happens if you don't act upon your intentions. Your brain will have it against you too. And you will be tortured by it. You will torture yourself basically, because you haven't even tried. So I want you to really just... There is really one... I really like this thing. It's from my favorite book, which is called Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. And the guy, he was pretty extreme, but for his age, I think he needed to be. I don't think like any of us will survive in that age like he did. But the funny thing is that he was basically a warrior. But from the book which he wrote, you can take so many philosophical thoughts that you can translate into your daily life. And there is one thing that really stuck with me when I read it, I think for the first time. I read like more than... I think it's like this kind of a book that you want to read more times to get out of it as much as you can. And that is the concept of choosing your death when you have choice between life and death situation. And I think like he meant it literally, because that's how his age was, how his time was. It was fucking pretty brutal, you know, like feudal Japan. I don't think I would survive there for long. But it was necessary for him to choose death because he couldn't get paralyzed into inaction by thinking about the death itself. And how to translate this into your life is pretty simple actually, because everything that you are putting away and you don't want to do is always your own death. It's kind of in the language of your mind, or in the sight of your mind just sees it as like something that will kill you, because we are so used to it socially that your mind thinks that because it will be embarrassing, or you won't look that great when you fail that certain thing, when you choose the death and you will die, in your mind it translates to not being socially accepted, which is in its own right death, because we cannot really function alone. We need to have some society or some group to be part of. But let me tell you, it's not so bad. You will not die, and you will, even if you fail, you will still have a chance to try again. So don't be fucking afraid of acting upon your intentions. Have your words have some intent behind them. And this is also a really important part of all this, is that you should not sin with your word. And what I mean by that is maybe like think first before you speak. It's really simple as that. Because you spout, like we all spout lots of bullshit sometimes, which we will not uphold to. We will promise even ourselves. But it's even worse when you do it publicly, because you publicly announce you will do something and then you will not act upon it. Then everyone sees that you are fucking like, you are not the man of your word. And you need to be man of your word. You need to uphold your values and things you say you will do. Because it's not as important as for other people. It's much more important for you. You need to see that you are capable of doing things you say you will do. That's why you should not sin with your word. You should not fucking promise even to yourself things that you know are not accomplishable, because you will most certainly fail, and it will put like little bit of, how to say it, like you know, in your mind you will see that you promised something to yourself and you failed it, and then you will think, what kind of person I am? What kind of human being cannot even uphold promise that he made to himself? That's why you should really think about what you say, and don't sin with your word. Don't promise lots of bullshit that you cannot do. You need to be honest with yourself, and with yourself most and foremost, because you will be in your life all the time and you will judge yourself all the time, and that's okay too. You need to be judged sometimes to make some changes. Just don't get stuck in this fucking endless loop of overthinking shit, not doing anything, and then torturing yourself for not doing anything. That's the worst kind of shit. Sometimes it's just best to just fucking turn off your brain and just go like retard, do some stupid shit. it's much better than not doing anything. I can tell you from my own experience, every time I turned off my brain and just went with the flow, just let my body, let my fucking intuition and my gut lead the way, it always turned out really fucking interesting. I don't say it was always great, but it moved me forward. That's what action does. It moves you forward. But inaction stagnates you. You will stay at one place because you are stuck in your own head, not doing anything, not moving forward at all. And that's why you need to just take action. It's simple as that. Don't overthink it. You can just fucking see only 1 minute from this video, and that is me telling you to take action, and that's enough. Life is not that complicated. It's sometimes really simple. You just need to do instead of say. It's easy as that. Okay, that's it for today. See you in the next one.